What's up, folks? How you doing? Welcome back, Football Digest. Kamakawa. My name is Nyash. Episode number 2. Sorry, number 2. And of course, the Premier League kicked off this weekend, and we had some fantastic games. And as always, being an Arsenal fan, I think it's only right that I start with Arsenal. We were playing Manchester City at Emery Stadium. Our first game of the season. Our first game under a new manager. There was, of course, the feeling of this is the beginning of a new era, and we are hoping to see something special. And the only special thing we saw was the dominance of Manchester City. Man, those guys, they are phenomenal. They are just on another level, absolutely on another level. And of course, being an Arsenal fan, you definitely expected to win, and honestly wanted to win that game. Not really expected, but wanted to win that game. But that did not happen because of obvious reasons. For starters, we don't have a winger, like a natural winger. We don't. And the only guys who can play as wingers in our club are just, who? They're just Iwobi and Nelson. Just those two guys. Those are the only two guys that you can say wanaweza kaa wingers kwa club. All these other guys are just number 10s, midfielders who can play on the wing when they want to, but they are not natural wingers, and that is a big problem for us moving forward. And it definitely showcased itself yesterday. There was no width in our play. There was always you could always have a feeling like if you had a winger, if you had somebody on the wings who can run away with the ball, we could maybe do better than we did. And putting Ozil and Mkhitaryan's two number 10s of the wing definitely did not help our cause, so yeah, maybe that's something that will be looked at come the January transfer window. Jusai hatuwezi nunua mtu yote. The one can come in, and of course that was definitely something that was clearly exposed yesterday. But above all, Manchester City are just on another level. Kevin Keranto is saying we need a test of Leno on the number 1 as well. Yeah, I'll get to that. So I was saying, what was I saying? Nimesahau. I was saying about Manchester City, they are just phenomenal, man. They are a complete team, and to even think that the way they did play yesterday, and they didn't have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne starting. Silva did not play. Silva was actually retired from international football. Gabriel Jesus came in as a substitute, and Aguero missed. You could almost call it a sitter one-on-one with Peter Cech. Man, we were being taken to the gallows yesterday, but I honestly think we did put in quite a shift. I think if it was a team under Arsene Wenger, for me, I think we would have maybe leaked in like 3 goals, 3 or more goals. Would have definitely have leaked in more goals. And of course, you could see the guys who are pressing a little bit more than they're used to, or than we used to see under Arsene Wenger. So there's definitely a new thing brewing at Arsenal, and it was always unfortunate that we're gonna have to start out and test it out against Manchester City, which is arguably the best team in England. You can argue that alongside the likes of Liverpool, but man, it was good. It was good. It was good to see something different, something that we're not used to seeing, people putting in a shift. It was even more interesting and more fascinating to watch the likes of Guendouzi, guys who is just 19, who even played better than the likes of Xhaka. Xhaka was shit yesterday. He was shit. He actually, I said I'll not forget this. Xhaka is the one who started taking the momentum out of our gameplay. Like, he started taking the wins out of our sails. There's this shit. Kuna positionally lose. They got to the kwanza, I think the 5th minute. When we started well, then he made a stupid mistake and lost the ball. And all of a sudden, we are under crazy pressure from Manchester City. And I'm like, boss, this is the same shit that he was doing last season. Same shit. Always losing position in dangerous places. And he didn't do that once. He did that I think 3 times before he was taken off. And so for me, Xhaka should not come anywhere close to the starting lineup come Saturday when you go away to Chelsea. Nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. Another thing that should not happen is if you're going to play it from the back, like playing the ball from the back and everything, I don't think Peter Cech should start. Now, I know he made some fantastic saves yesterday, but he also had some crazy howlers. Like, jifunga on goal ingine hata I don't know how I can describe such an own goal. Some simple ball he received from Genduzi, and all of a sudden he's making a howl out of it. That is not allowed. For a team that is going to play from the back, we need someone who is better with his feet and who can do better than that. Honestly, I mean, Peter Cech is experienced. Maybe you can say it was one of those bad days in office for him when he did that. But man, this is a new season. You don't want to be starting off with bad days in office every now and then. We don't want to do that. And in the second half, you could see he marshaled up the midfield. He was a bit more composed. He was making good passes, precise passes, not being under pressure stupidly like Xhaka did. So for me, I think you could say Genduzi also had some howlers, had some crazy moments. But when you consider when you consider that Genduzi had the most attempted passes, won the most fouls for Arsenal, made, I think, the most passes. Yeah. Yes, I'm back. The internet is always screwing a brother up. So I was saying, like, when you consider Genduzi was the guy who had the most fouls won in Arsenal, most attempted passes, and I think he completed the most passes, if I'm not wrong, then definitely he's a guy who should be starting ahead of the likes of Xhaka and everything, So, yeah, I'll take positives from the game. I'll say it's a game against one of the best teams in England right now, and there's positive things to take from that. But then, of course, there's always the issue of... it's always going to be the issue of not having natural wingers, and what should we do with that? Should we be keeping the likes of Ozil and Mkhitaryan on the wings, which for me I think is a no-no. But then again, who is going to be starting out of the wings? And then this puts across the fact that we maybe have to play to play Aubameyang on the wings, because when Lacazette came on, he brought something new. There was more vibe to our gameplay. There was more oomph to how we used to play and press. So maybe, like I said, definitely has to start in the next game, and that means Aubameyang maybe might have to play out on the wings. I would prefer maybe having Aubameyang on the wings right now, and maybe Mkhitaryan on the other wing, than having Ozil and Mkhitaryan on the two wings. That for me is a no-no. That is not allowable. It is not. That should not happen. It should not happen. So yeah, lots of positives to take from the game. Unfortunate that we lost, but there's definitely something to take from that game. And then again, like for me, the guys who performed definitely have to be Genduzi. I liked the performances of Socrates Papastatopoulos. Unfortunate again that Ainsley Maitland-Niles was injured, and I hope it's not going to be a long one, this one, and I can't wait to see him back soon. Here Nacho Monreal is back training with the team again, so maybe against Chelsea we'll maybe see a real left back playing. Man, we were terrorized yesterday because I'm not having a left back, so we're gonna be hoping against Chelsea is gonna be a different story. All right, so that's Arsenal versus Manchester City. We had other games that are being played this weekend. We had Liverpool versus West Ham. They were going ham against West Ham. West Ham have signed 9 new players. 9, and definitely that is always gonna be an issue, because these guys cannot just be signed and out of nowhere. All of a sudden they have gelled and they're playing brilliantly. It's going to take some time for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how long it's going to take and how patient the guys are going to be over there at West Ham. So of course, Liverpool won 4-0. Yes, quite a performance, but manze, ile bao ya tatu ya Mane alikuwa offside. Hiyo huwezi niambia anything. Hiyo alikuwa off. He was offside. But then again, that's what it is. Mohamed Salah opened his account. Sadio Mane is the top goal scorer now. He has 2 goals. And just like that, Liverpool are top of the Premier League table alongside the likes of Chelsea. Yes, alongside the likes of Chelsea. Chelsea were playing against, what is this team? Huddersfield? Yes. They were playing away. What is the name of Huddersfield's stadium? Can't recall. But they were playing away. They won 3-0. You could say it's an easy one, but first half will struggle. First half Chelsea will struggle, and which for me is interesting because next weekend you're gonna be playing Chelsea, and I like it when I see these other teams struggling because now you can see what exactly they are doing wrong. So you can maybe hope to capitalize on that. And of course, next Saturday's game, London derby, not North London. Next Saturday is gonna be a London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's gonna be dope, and I honestly hope you're gonna go there and win it. Manchester United were in action on Friday. They're actually the ones who kicked off the weekend, the 2018-19 season. They were playing against Leicester City. Again, Leicester City were involved in the beginning, in the first, I think it's at that time they have been involved in the first game of the season. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, and they have lost all of them. They have lost all of them. Of course, this one they lost 2-1 to Manchester United, and yeah, it was not an easy ride for Manchester United until it was not really an easy ride, but they saw it off. They saw it off, and I think that's all that matters. Just seeing off a result and getting your 3 points in the bag, bang, you're done and dusted. This is not a cup competition. This is a league where the points ndizo tu was a maana. So yeah, what I have to say about Manchester United is there is this issue coming up where Pogba apparently had an argument with Sanchez. I don't know what's going on in there. And then Pogba was like, some things he said. There's some things he doesn't want to comment on some things because he might get fined. And I'm like, what exactly don't you want to comment about? And it just, of course, bring up these issues to do with Manchester United. There has been a bad, I would say, feeling in the air at Old Trafford. Starting with Mourinho criticizing the players and telling even fans that if I was them, I would not come and watch these guys, and wondering if Sanchez is feeling at home when he's playing against toys. Watoto wenye hata watakuwa wanacheza nao ligi ikianza. And when you put all those together and him always criticizing players, it's crazy. It's a bad concussion. It's a bad concussion that I don't think can do well in a club and should not be encouraged. And I hope Manchester United is going to be able to get over all that, because it can be toxic sometimes. And it's quite toxic. And I was seeing Alan Shearer saying, when you're always going hard on your players as a manager, you might be the one to lose. You might be the one to lose, and sometimes the players always win. We had the likes of Conte at Chelsea. The same Mourinho had the same situation at Chelsea. We had the likes of this guy at Leicester City. What do you call him? Claudio Ranieri. So when you're always going against your players, you might do it for some time, but you cannot do it all the time. And when it becomes too much, it becomes toxic, and then players start playing like they don't want you to be there, and out of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just fire, or they just put some dismal performances, and the club just dwindles and it becomes something terrible altogether. So I hope that's not going to be the case. Nataka watu wenye tuna compete now straight up. No drama, no melodrama, no nothing. It's pure football and pure competition. Alright. So I think that's all for me. I have to say. I've talked about Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal. I think that's what they talk about. I can't talk about Tottenham. They are shit. Why should I talk about shit? Alright, so moving to like La Liga, we had Spanish Cup. Of course, that's like their Community Shield. Messi, of course, lifted. I think now he's Barcelona player with most trophies. Yes, he has won most trophies above. Barcelona beat Sevilla 2-1. The Community Shield for Germany was also going down. It was against Bayern Munich and Eintracht Frankfurt. Bayern Munich won 5-0. Lewandowski with a hat-trick, and I think that's his 9th. Is it his 9th? No, it can't be his 9th hat-trick. They have to be more. So that's what was happening in football. Of course, on Wednesday, we have the Super Cup. UEFA Super Cup being played on Wednesday between Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. This is going to be interesting, manze, because Real Madrid doesn't have Cristiano, and Atletico Madrid have seriously empowered themselves this transfer window. They have Gelson Martins, they have Thomas Lemar, they have Griezmann, of course, wakona Diego Costa, crazy shit. Dennis Denomas, Arsenal, same shit, just a different day. Oh fuck! Oh my G, manze. No, it's not the same shit, bro. Cause kuna watu nimesikia leo akisema Bora Unai. Is that a new thing? Cause I hadn't heard that before. Bora Unai. Gosh, no. It's different. I don't know what to tell you, bro. But maybe time will tell, and time will vindicate me in future. So. I don't think I have anything more to say. Tell me, what did you think? What was your reaction about your team's performances this weekend? Your team, whichever team you support. What do you think about its performance? Was it what you expected? Did you expect better? Do you think that it can go all the way to maybe challenging the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool? You can share your comments with me hapo chini on the comment section. Tell us what you think. Like I always say, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and like it. If you're watching this on Facebook, join our Football Digest group, Facebook group. It's just like that, Football Digest. And I'm planning on creating a league, a fantasy league, for Football Digest members. So I'll be sharing those details in a few before Wednesday. I think I should be done and dusted with creating that league. It's gonna be fun. Let's enjoy this fantasy Premier League and see nani atakuwa na points mingi. Tuone nani anajua mpira. Unajua maybe kuna watu wengine wazi uko nje